Well, after all of what I'm calling a pretty big embarrassment for Barack Obama has taken place with this healthcare bill, Barack Obama is still saying he's getting 95% of what he wants in healthcare, in this healthcare reform bill. I don't know how. I don't know, 95%. I mean,
how sure that wasn't 0.95%?
That's what I thought. It sounds more like he's getting 1%, but he's insisting that he is getting 95%. And here he is talking to Jim Lehrer on NewsHour with Jim Lehrer on PBS, and he says this is a good bill. No, he's not happy with everything. Let's take a listen.
So you are completely satisfied with the health reform bill that the Senate's about to pass?
You know, I am never completely satisfied, but I am very satisfied. Look, when I made that speech in the joint session of Congress, I set out some criteria for what, in my mind, would qualify as reform, based on the conversations that I had with families all across the country and the letters that I was receiving about people really going through a tough time in the healthcare system. I said that we wanted to make sure that people who didn't have health insurance could get health insurance, and this bill covers 30 million people who don't have it. I said that for people who have health insurance, we've got to end insurance company abuses where they ban you from getting health insurance because of pre-existing conditions, or they've got fine print that sets up lifetime limits on what you can spend. So if you really get sick, suddenly you may lose your house.
Okay, so he's just going on and on talking about the things that are in this bill. He has to say this, right? He can't say this bill includes almost nothing of what I wanted. But it seems hard to believe that he's really too happy with this bill. I mean, this is not, I don't consider this to be a good bill. This bill is an embarrassment compared to what the original goal was, which he started wrong, saying was a public option, and now he negotiated back down to nothing, essentially.
But do you think just from a PR and, approval rating standpoint, he has to say this?
Of course. And there's no, even though this reform bill, this healthcare bill, I shouldn't call it a reform.
Why can't he say it's good, but it's not good enough?
Well, essentially, he did say, I'm never completely satisfied.
Yeah, that's kind of...
But later on, and this is like a 10-minute interview, we won't get to it, he did say, I'm getting 95% of what I want. And I just can't imagine, if the public option
was only 5%,
there must be some great things in that bill, and I just don't see them. Yes, it seems like the pre-existing conditions is big and that it is going to help people. I'm not saying that. I'm saying for the amount of hours and dollars and manpower that it has taken to get to where we are now, it just doesn't seem like enough. It doesn't seem even anywhere close to enough. And Barack Obama, I think, started negotiating from a very moderate place, which is, let's do this public option and we'll negotiate it back down to nothing, versus either, I believe, single payer is the way to go, or I believe that expanding Medicare and Medicaid as a test case is the way to go. And then if that goes well, we can see about extending it to everybody.
Well, I suppose in his mind, the public option could have been 5% if he thought there was actually really no chance of one happening.
Yeah, I just don't believe it.
Right.
He's a smarter politician than that, and he's playing politics here, and he's doing it well by saying he's happy about this, and his approval rating will go up no matter what's in this bill when it says Democrats pass healthcare reform
right,
bill.
like we talked about most people are not even going to know
the details of what's in the bill. That's right. Well, the same man who called Senator John Barrasso this week on C-SPAN claiming he was a teabagger, and by the way, that should have been the number one signal that it was a prank call. The teabaggers don't call themselves teabaggers. That's one of the main points. It seems it's the same guy who actually pranked David Brooks on C-SPAN, as well as Bill Kristol. And this is funny. You kind of have to listen. What he's saying here is that he's a teabagger, and he was praying for Senator Robert Byrd to die before the health care bill, and that it backfired, and that instead something happened to Republican Senator James Inhofe, and Senator Barrasso doesn't even notice that this is a prank. It goes completely over his head, and this is pretty funny.
Next phone call comes from Waycross, Georgia. Republican line. Good morning. Abraham?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Doctor. Our small teabag group here at Waycross, we got our vigil together and took Dr. Colbert's instructions and prayed real hard that Senator Byrd would either die or couldn't show up at the vote the other night. How hard did you pray? Because I see one of our members is missing this morning. did it backfire on us? And one of our members died. How hard did you pray, Senator? Did you pray hard enough?
Senator Barrasso, he was referring to Senator Inhofe, who was not part of the round of voting this morning.
The votes today, they needed 60 votes in favor of the bill. Senator Inhofe is opposed to the bill. And whether he was there or not, it didn't make any difference. There was no way that Jim Inhofe was going to vote for the bill, senator from Oklahoma.
Okay, so it goes completely over his head. Who calls and says our small teabag group was paying for Senator Byrd to die? And it goes completely over this guy's head.
The guy even starts crying.
Yeah, well, I don't think it was
like it.
I don't think it was real crying.
No, I mean, yeah.
But I'm pretty sure this guy seems to be good with the C-SPAN prank calls. I mean, he's gotten, if I'm right about this, he's gotten David Brooks, Bill Kristol, and now Senator Barrasso. And it's just if anybody believes that the teabaggers actually refer to their own groups as teabag groups, that's great. I can't imagine anything better.
I hope we get more stuff from this guy, more material.